sometimes we always look, all of us sometimes look to cut corners and say we really like these sessions, but this extra retreat day is another little extra effort as a part of it. Let's just cut that out and do the sessions. Don't miss the retreat day. Don't cut it out. Okay? It would have to be on a Saturday or a Sunday that you chose to do it. It's a pretty good chunk of time, but the 2 talks are on the Holy Spirit that day. What does the Holy Spirit do? The 2 talks about how can we experience the Holy Spirit in our lives today, and then we actually give people the opportunity to experience the Holy Spirit in an actual experience. So again, they've been bonding and sharing for 5 weeks. It made you think 5 weeks won't be enough to get people to... It's amazing. 5 weeks is plenty. It's amazing what happens in that 5-week time, all the sharing together, it happens. Sometimes people can do it on an off-site location. That's great. I have not done it off-site. I've done it both times on the site at St. Helens. We did it once on a Saturday. We did it once on a Sunday. We had a better experience with the Sunday, actually, than we did on the Saturday. People found it harder to come out on the Saturday versus the Sunday afternoon. But you have to judge that in your own community when you set it up. Okay? What would you have to assemble for yourselves? Go ahead.
What's the time frame on the retreat day?
The retreat day, I did, we were able to do... Tomorrow? Tomorrow morning we're going to answer that question? They'll give you a time frame and a schedule, that's true. We can go through the retreat in detail, so. Okay? What you would need to assemble to do the course. You would need a dinner team. You have to have people who are going to concentrate on the dinner and how it's going to work. You'll hear some different ways for how the dinner can be provided. We ended up catering because of our numbers. In the beginning, when I was starting out to do it, I actually had volunteers who thought that they were going to make the dinner. But when 175 people came up, they said, "Father, no way." Right? So we catered. Right? So, but there's all kinds of different ways to do it. But you need a team. And you see the friendly faces. Again, everything, remember the host and guest thing. Not trying to do multiple roles. Trying to get group leaders who are also running for dinners and also giving talks. No. You have to have separate people. Okay, because you have to have them worry about the food and that thing, and they clean it all up and take care of it all. Because by the time you're done at 9:15, you're tired. Nobody wants to have to clean up the hall at 9:15 when everything's finished. But you have that service team to become a dinner team. And depends on the size of the course, of course, how many people you need to have there. The other thing I mentioned already is your small group facilitators. This is probably the most number of people that you need. If you're trying to put 2 people in every group, it depends again on the size of your course. You would need a lot of group leaders, depending on the size. You have to guess. We guessed, the first time, and we were short, obviously, because we didn't expect the numbers that we got, and so then we had to add people to our service team on that. And then you have your setup and takedown people, part of your meal teams. That's obviously you have setup and take. You could have separate setup and takedown. I was fortunate. My maintenance staff was really great. They would do all the setup for us, and then some people would come in and just add the tablecloths and things to the to the tables and doing that. Okay. Next. One thing that we want to do before the course begins is you want to get everybody together for a team training and ongoing formation. Now, I had gone to a conference in February in Baltimore, and then we did it the first time in the fall, October this year. And we actually did our team training and ongoing formation during the summer. And you would say, well, the summer's a really bad time, but it's really not. What we did is that we just offered it in multiple times. So I offered it, I think, 3 times. And we had the people that we invited to pick one. And you had to come different people had to come to different portions of the of the team training. And you'll get more into that as we talk about that more. You know, because your food people and thing like that, you know, coming once will be sufficient. People who are leading groups and will eventually be working on the Holy Spirit retreat need some more other practical training on some other, especially about praying with people and things, which we'll talk about, you know, later on. But the team training is important, and I did a little better job the second time around with the small group facilitators. Okay? Just not assuming that people, oh, I've been in many, many small groups and I've done that before. You know, it's good to go through the reminders of small groups, all provided in the Discovering. What's great too about Discovering Christ, you have all these materials are going to be at your fingertips. In the manuals, in the guides that they have to run the course, all of those things are all there for you to do. Okay? You can get it all, and you don't have to invent it. You don't have to make it up. It's all there for you to do. You just got to look at it ahead of time to be able to execute it. So you have team training and ongoing formation. That's important so that people get the gist of it. And then I just want to end with my time with the whole object is transformed lives. At the end of Discovering Christ, we want transformed lives. So I just thought I would read to you. I have 2 sets of evaluations. I just want you from the 2 times that we did it at St. Helens. And the question that was asked in the evaluation was, did anything happen to you during the course? And this is what people who really took the course, not pre-recorded anything. These are people that took it out of our parish, in our parish level. We just asked them to respond to that question. Here's what they wrote. For the first time, I felt joy in my faith. I realized I have to make a better commitment to my faith. I felt the presence of God in every session. New insight on how to read the Bible. Had some aha moments and made me reflect on my life. I was very touched and lost all concept of time. Imagine that. I had a renewal of commitment to the Holy Spirit and a recommitment to prayer on a daily basis. I was able to put aside 2 haunting worries. Refreshed with a renewal of my faith. Nothing happened to me yet, but I feel like something is imminent. One of my favorites. I'm 86, and I became Catholic at 75. I learned I have so much to learn. I missed a lot. Right? So that's just a sampling of the things that people had to say about going through, discovering Christ. So that's kind of the layout of how it happens. Do we have time for a question?
Sure. We'll discuss.